my attention that I could plant my gardens so that I could enjoy my gardens. And once I realized that I get a lot of benefit out of the gardens that I plant by planting them in front of my windows, by planting them where I can see them, of the colors and the things that I enjoy, it really took my gardening to a new level. It used to be like, well, really doesn't matter to me. But now it's, look at this beauty I can bring into my life. So if you don't know who I am Rita Hickman. I'm a body-mind expert, and I'm a shiatsu massage therapist. And I work out of Northern Illinois in the U.S. And my job, my passion, is to, hey Monica, is to help people, women especially, learn how they actually work so that they can start solving their problems and fixing their body and fixing how their body-mind works. You know, it's a very fun passion to have, and I've been lucky enough to do it for the last 10 years. So, okay, so what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about how to use our mind to physically heal our body. So the last couple weeks, my husband's been in Japan, and he calls me Tiny Dog. Hey Heather, good to see you. So my husband calls me Tiny Dog, and he's been calling me Tiny Dog because he knew when he left that I would end up going like on a bender. I'd end up, so excited that I had all of this freedom, and and I didn't have to think about anybody else, and I could watch whatever channel I wanted without compromising, and I could do whatever I wanted without having to hear crap. And my husband, because he's in the designated role of looking out for everybody, of keeping everybody on task. Oh, here we are. We're back now. Good. So with him gone, it means that I can do some of my bad habits, some of my lazy habits. And unfortunately, my lazy habits do not make me feel good. The first day was gone, I loaded up. I went to the store and I bought like full sugar Coke, and I got, this variety of chips, and I got this wide variety of things in order to have my own little mini parties at home. The problem with that is now a week and a half into it, my body's starting to feel it. If you can keep your wits about you when you're in a stressful situation. Hey, Abir. And Vicky's here too. Great. If you can keep your head about yourself in situations, then you can use your stress as an opportunity, as a way to heal the deeper things which are bothering you. So for me, in my life, my digestion has always been a problem. And I work really hard to keep it in good shape. Hey, Kylie. What I do is I make sure I take my probiotic, I make sure I drink my water, all of those great things. I get movement, I watch what I eat in order to not give me, stomach upset and gastric distress and heartburn and, all of those things. But when I don't eat well, when I don't do well, make good choices because I'm partying, because my husband's in Japan, when I don't do that, the little parts of me start to flare up. Now, what can you do in order to help your body heal? So when those things flare up, there's a part of me that's excited. There's a part of me that says, hey, these are the deeper things which I now have a chance to heal because I know where they're at. Some of our biggest problems that we have is we don't know where our sticking points are at in our body. So when we have trouble with something, let's say it's a small injury or a big injury, or a body memory or emotional response, or something along those lines, what happens is if our nervous system locks down, if we judge it, if we're not okay with it, if we have problems with it, if we just want to power through and get on to the rest of our life, what happens is our body says, okay, our mind says, we don't have time for this. And our body says, okay, and it puts on like this emergency Band-Aid. It goes down the fascia, the body clamps down on the area of inflammation to almost like put the fire out. Now the problem with that's called an adhesion. The problem with that is if we never go back and take the Band-Aid off, and take the adhesion, the sticky place off where we were having problems, if we never fix it, then it's going to last. We're going to have problems with it forever until it is fixed. So for me, two of my issues are, where my small intestine joins my large intestine, and the next one is where my esophagus joins my stomach. I can feel those. Those are points of pain for me. When I'm uncomfortable, those are 2 points of pain for me. But for other people, it could be when bad weather comes in, their knee hurts. And your body hates you. That's terrible to hear, Heather. Well, let's get you on a good path so that your body loves you. So it could be, maybe when you eat something, dairy, it causes your body to flare up. Or when the weather changes, your body flares up. Or you have a chronic illness, or it's high levels of stress. There are things you can actually do about this to physically heal. So when these issues, hey Victoria, when these issues come up, let's say your back hurts, or your knee hurts, or your heart hurts, or you've got heartburn, or you've got a headache, or something along those lines, you can still take the medication. I'm not saying not to. You can still take what you would normally take, but pay attention to those spots. Here's the secret thing of how the body works. Wherever you pay attention, wherever you put your attention in your body is where your body opens up the blood vessels. It sends more fresh blood there. It sends white blood cells. It sends all the cells that do the healing, physical healing for you. And it opens up the channels so that they can flood in there, and it pushes out all the toxicity, all the cellular waste that's built up. It pushes out all the bad things that are stuck in there, because these adhesions, they act as kind of sinkholes for toxins and chemicals of emotions, and these sinkholes, these hot spots, can get worse and worse unless you get healing done. So wherever you put your focus is where your body will heal. So let's say this morning I woke up because I've been eating poorly and not drinking enough water. And I had, discomfort right here. And I had discomfort right about here. So what I did is I put my fingers there and I did acupressure. Acupressure is where you find an uncomfortable spot. There's spots in your body usually where you're more receptive, where they're intersection. I find the spot that's uncomfortable and I take my fingers, either one finger or multiple fingers, and I push down on it, and I hold it. And sometimes I'll hold it for 15, 20 minutes. If you're going to do a self-healing, you need to give yourself like at least a half hour, 40 minutes to do it. You put your fingers down, straight down into the point, and you hold it. And you wait to feel things like heat or pulse. Or you wait for the discomfort of the area to start going down. Because what's really happening is you are now consciously directing your body to heal that area of your body. You're consciously directing it. You've been able to heal your body. Your body has been designed to heal itself all the way down to the end caps of the DNA. Your body is designed to heal itself from the first moment of conception. It's designed to come in and fix what's going on. The newest science is showing that it's not that every part of your body has the ability to heal itself. They used to think that the spinal cord couldn't heal itself or the brain couldn't heal itself, and they're finding that it can. We used to not think that our DNA could heal. We're finding that it can. Hey, Colleen, great to see you. So knowing, backed up with this science, that your body really can heal itself and that you can direct how it heals itself, that opens up the door to so many things. A lot of times what happens is we get these small annoyances like heartburn or whatever, digestive, distress, and we push through it, we power through it, we take the medication to take care of it, and we move on with our life. The problem with that is then it continues to build up. It never really gets healed. It continues to build up until it's a big problem that's a crisis that needs Western medicine intervention. Now, if you catch these problems and do self-healing on these problems early on, when they're small, when they're manageable, or a little bit at a time, then you keep talking to your body and telling your body to heal itself. So when I put my fingers where it hurt, which for me this morning were these two spots, when I put my fingers there and I hold them there, it tells my body, this is the part of my body I want you to heal. I want you to come in. I want you to take the inflammation down. Oh, I don't live in McHenry, but my office is in McHenry. I live north of McHenry by about 20 minutes, Heather. So, yeah, my office is in McHenry, and I work out of there. I've been there for a few years, and I've done my practice for about 10 years now. So you find the parts of your body that hurt. You put your fingers there, and you keep letting them sink deeper and deeper, and you feel for heat. You feel for a pulse. You feel for your body doing what it's supposed to do, which is coming in and fixing you, which is coming in and healing the parts of you that you didn't think could be healed. It works great on, let's say, your intestines. It works great on your organs. If you've got liver inflammation, if you've got kidney inflammation, if you've got inflammation, in your intestines, if you struggle with IBS, if you struggle with leaky gut, if you struggle with, all of those things, your body is designed to heal itself. And by focusing your attention, by putting your fingers there or some other object, but I like hands because they're more tactile. You can feel what's going on. It's you healing you. I think it supercharges it. It's more powerful. So if you use your fingers and you put them where it hurts and you wait, as I said, sometimes you need to wait 30, 40 minutes, but you feel for the heat, you feel for the pulse. For me, I don't know if it's still there, but for me, oh, it's still a little bit there. It's still pink. And it was still pink even a while ago where I was doing acupressure before. That pinkness means that your body sent blood there. It means that your body opened up the blood vessels and said, all right, we need to take care of this. And it will. And it may not fix it permanently all at once, but when you keep doing it, when you keep holding those spots and directing your body to heal them, your body will heal it. That's what it's designed to do. So when you find the spots that are bothering you and you give that attention, at least a half hour, and you give that attention to that spot, you will feel it change under your fingers. You will feel the heat come. You will feel a pulse. You will feel your fingers sink deeper. You will feel the pain start to go away and diminish. It's because you are using those 2 to 3 tablespoons of gray matter that we call our conscious mind and addressing it. So is there anything you can do for fibromyalgia? Yes. Fibro a lot of times is a systemic issue. It's how your body is wired. So for fibro, I would start on just with the medium-sized or small aches and pains that you have. So if you have fibro, hey Sandra, usually you've got points which are tender, right? So you want to look for the medium, not the out-of-control ones. Start with the medium ones so that you get good at practicing it. Find the medium points that are tender for you and hold them, because your body then comes in and it fixes it and it heals that point. When you get enough points, when you get enough parts of your body back online and fixed and not tender, then you reach a tipping point. And in that tipping point, your problems, your chronic issues start to reverse themselves. The key isn't that you have this magic pill that comes in. The key is that you start to reverse the problems that you have. And I've done these things with hundreds of women by now, where they come in with the physical issue and I help them reverse it. You know, and acupressure is one of the big ways to do it. I talk to people's bodies and I take the place of that conscious mind and I say, I want you to heal this, and I want you to heal that, and I want you to heal this over there. That's what I do. I take that place of people's conscious mind, hey Geneva, and I direct the healing. But when you're in a good space or a medium good space, you can direct your own healing. You can direct your own finding those spots that cause you discomfort and directing with your attention and with your hands, you know, or your elbow or whatever it may be, but creating a pressure point, create that pressure point, and your body will come in and start to fix that and reverse the problem that's around it. Now, some of the challenges that we have are more genetic. That's true. But interestingly enough, your body, so you've got your little capsule of DNA, and on each end of your capsule of DNA is telomeres. Telomeres protect, they're like a buffer that protect your DNA. Make sure that it doesn't get degraded, that it doesn't break down in any way. Now, part of the problem is when our DNA starts to degrade, our body sees it as a threat and it starts wanting to get rid of it. And it will multiply, it will duplicate itself with that damaged DNA, with that blueprint, with certain things turned on. Well, thank you, Geneva. I'm sorry that you can't get it to load, but I hope you're able to watch this later. So it will multiply with the cells, and that can turn into bigger issues, right? Your body is designed to even heal those telomeres on the ends of your DNA, and to come in and fix those, keep them healthy so your DNA doesn't degrade. And as I said, you can reverse these things. You can have your body come in, fix itself, and then the cells which are replicating are healthy again. You know, are the healthy blueprints are replicating, and the non-healthy blueprints are getting your immune system's coming in and taking care of them. We almost all have cancer at some point in time. You know, some cell that's gone renegade, and our body's designed to take care of that, to clean it up. But if we don't do self-healing, then our body, those cells, continue to degrade, continue to break down, and cause us more and more problems. But if we go back in and we start telling our body in these different spots, and we know because they're uncomfortable, especially when we're under stress, find those spots, direct your self-healing, and when you get enough on that side of the scale of being healed, then your issue tips. That's those miraculous healings that people have. That's when people need surgery and then their body heals itself. You know, I just recently helped a woman heal her throat so she could avoid throat surgery. When we work with people regularly and we get them to do self-healing, they can avoid knee surgeries, they can avoid hip surgeries, they can avoid all those things that are so invasive. And especially if you have a regular practice of self-healing, then your body will heal itself. And the easiest, quickest way is to put in a practice every morning or the same time every day, a habit, a ritual where you go and do self-healing on any parts of you that feel uncomfortable, any parts of you that are calling your attention to them. And if you go in and your attention's called to them and you do the self-healing on them, then you will start to spiral up. Your body will get more resources. It'll have to fight less to stay healthy. It will have more available to heal. So the more you heal, the more you're able to heal. So even, don't worry about the big giant things automatically. Start with the small things. Start with the small annoyances, the things that are bothering you. And as you clean those up, your body has more resources and more attention to focus on the bigger and bigger and bigger issues. So if you try to swoop in and take care of the big issue, it's going to take quite a while. But if you work on the big issue and work on smaller issues at the same time, then you're just going to keep getting healthier and spiraling up. Your body does not have to break down. It doesn't have to break down. It can keep healing itself, and that's what we want to do. So if your body can keep healing yourself, and the way to do it is to direct its attention to the parts that need to be healed, then put this ritual in place almost every day, if not every day, where you take that time and you heal your body. And you will find that you have more energy, that your relationships get better, that you're smarter, that you're more in your rational mind, that you have more empathy. Your whole life will exponentially get better. It will take you to another level of existence. It'll take you to another level of beingness. So instead of accepting the inevitable, that your body is a wreck and it's never going to be fixed, and you might as well just accept the fact that you're getting older, instead of going that route, which you can go the other route that says, you know what, my body heals itself. I have the ability to encourage my body to heal itself. And if I put these practices in place, I'm going to be able to avoid the bigger problems that come my way, or recreating the problems that come my way. So the next time you're under a little bit of stress, use it as a great opportunity to deal with the deeper issues. And as you clean up the surface things, you'll be able to feel the deeper stuff that's going on. You'll be able to address it directly. Maybe it all feels like one big, I feel miserable right now. But if you just start addressing some of them, then your body feels less miserable and less miserable until you start to feel good. Okay? So here's your homework assignment for today. Your homework assignment for today is to create a ritual around healing yourself that you do every day. Maybe it's in the shower. Maybe it's while laying in bed. And it can be broken up. You can do 10 minutes in bed and 10 minutes in the shower and 10 minutes while you're making your coffee. You can break it up. It doesn't have to be one long extended period of time. And in fact, when you do different things, it helps you get into different angles and address different parts that you couldn't reach before. So, moving around, you don't have to stay frozen in place. Moving around actually gets you to more thorough healing, let's say, because now you have access to parts that you couldn't access earlier. So, homework assignment for today, create a ritual that you will actually do. Set yourself up for success with this, where you do acupressure and self-healing on yourself every day. And if you do that, you will start to find that your body's feeling better, it's healing yourself, you have more energy, more everything, in order to deal with the bigger issues going on with your life. Okay? So, like, share, comment, love. The more you do this, the more it gets out to our tribe, the more we're moving in that positive direction, and the healthier mentally, emotionally, and physically we're all going to be. So share, like, love, comment on other people's comments, because we really want to help raise as many of us up as we can. We don't have to live like we've been living. There's a whole different way of looking at the world and engaging with the world, and you aren't stuck. And the more we have as part of this community, this meta tribe that we have, the healthier we will all be and the healthier our planet will be. So have a great rest of your day. You are welcome, Heather. I'm so glad you came and hung out with me. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye.